Another weekend in the Premier League gives us another chance to win $50,000. Let's do it. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Of course, it's Jason Mattis here with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode. On this episode here, we're going to talk about the Premier League and Matchweek 27. And over on the NBC Sports Predictor app, we can win $50,000 if we can correctly predict all 5 games this week in the Premier League. You've got to give them the right result and the correct score to take home that $50,000 in all 5 games. If nobody can do it, we'll still compete for a guaranteed $1,000 prize if you get the most points. 4 points right for the result, 10 points right for that correct score. All season long, I've also been giving away $25 each and every single week to the winner of the Winning Bets League. All you got to do is join the league and then have the most points, and you can take my $25. If you need that league information, it's in this video description. Let's take a look and see who won last week. It looks like last week we had a 7-way tie. 7 people had 18 points, so pretty remarkable right there. Every time we have a tie of 3 or more people, we roll the $25 over to the next week. So that means this week, match week number 27, will be worth $50 to somebody. So again, if you're not in the league, get in there, giving away free money each and every single week. It's been fun doing it and competing alongside you guys each and every single week. Join it, take my money. All right, we're at match week number 27, guys. There's only a handful of number of games left. We'll be doing these in a couple weeks, and we'll be in the single digits of number of games remaining. The season is unfortunately almost coming to an end. Let's jump into it though and talk about these 5 games. The first one we get here is Manchester United versus Watford. And look, both of these teams, the thing that stands out to me, at least in terms of both of these teams, is they both played midweek. They both were in action on Wednesday. Manchester United obviously going to Spain and going to Madrid and playing Atletico in the Champions League. And Watford was at home at Palace. And the reason I bring that up is I bring it up because of roster depth. This is not a team in Watford that is used to playing every few days. They don't have the roster depth to recover, and they don't have the roster depth to also do rotation in terms of the quality of players that would then come into the side due to maybe any rotation because of having to play midweek. So there's an edge to Manchester United there 100%, even though they did have to travel to Spain and maybe they got back late Wednesday night. They're going to be feeling good, coming back with a 1-1 draw. Meanwhile, Wofford, they got beat up pretty bad by Palace 4-1. So I give the edge to Manchester United, even though they're not playing well. They are playing terrible. Watch that game against Atletico Madrid. They couldn't do anything. They were very, very lucky to get a goal. A defender had to slip in order for Manchester United to get the goal. So just a poor performance. Wofford is obviously really, really poor. They're on their second manager now. I expect United to get the win, though. I don't say that with a lot of confidence. That's crazy. You sit here in this chair and you say, I expect United to beat Wofford, but with not a lot of confidence. That is crazy. That's just how bad Manchester United is playing right now. But okay, I do think Man United's got the better team. They've got the deeper roster, the better talent. So give me a Man United win 2-1, though. Everybody scores on United these days. It seems like they have a bad moment every game where you can get them. Look at Burnley, look at Southampton, look at Atletico. There will be a bad moment where I think Wofford will be able to capitalize. They've got enough offensively to get the goal if United slips up. So that's why I'll do a 2-1 United win. All right, next game takes us to Brighton versus Aston Villa. I look at these two teams. I think they're pretty even. They're pretty even in the standings. If you look at recent form in the last 5, these two teams would be 12th in the table and 14th in the table. If you look at the last 10 games, these two teams would be 11th and 12th in the table. So very, very evenly matched. Brighton's not a better home side. They've only got 14 home points. Meanwhile, they've got 19 away points on the season. Both of these teams coming off disappointing performances and performances in which neither team was able to score at home. Brighton couldn't score against Burnley. Okay, Burnley's really, really tough defensively, so I can understand maybe why Brighton doesn't get a goal against Burnley, but Villa at home against Watford, unable to score. Very, very poor performance by Aston Villa. They have definitely kind of come down a little bit off of the Steven Gerrard manager bump and bringing him in, and obviously the signings they brought over in January, headlined by Philip Coutinho. They have definitely declined a little bit, but to go along with how even these two teams are in the table, whether you look at now 5-10 or 5 form or 10 form, the head-to-head's also pretty even. Look, they've got 1 draw and 1 win each in the last 3, so not a lot of separation. Based on that, I'll go ahead and say a 1-1 draw. A 1-1 draw, and if you wanted to lean a winner, I would lean Brighton. They are the better team, and they're the team that's playing at home. But I don't think there's a lot of separation of these two clubs in this current moment, so that's why I settled on a 1-1 draw. Now let's go to Selhurst Park and talk about Crystal Palace against Burnley. Both of these two teams played in the midweek. We already already mentioned Palace, about how they were able to beat Watford 4-1. Burnley beat Tottenham. How about that? A remarkable performance. You got Tottenham coming in, beating Manchester City. You thinking Tottenham's going to get a win, and Burnley just plays incredibly tough like they do, and especially like they have been the last few weeks under Sean Dice here, as you know, they're obviously in the relegation threat. So just credit Crystal Palace. That was a really phenomenal win. They can now see 17th place. They are right. They are 2 points behind, but they have one game in hand. Burnley has clawed all the way up. They were in 20th place at one point. Now they're in 18th, but again, they can see 17th place. That is just going to give this team so much motivation that they are playing boring football. They are playing defensive football, but when you go from 20 to 18th and now you can see 17th, that just is going to make you believe what Sean Dice is trying to do, regardless of how boring it is and how maybe you don't want to play it as a player. It's performing. It's getting results, and it's being positive. So I like that right there. If you want to talk about goals in this game, nah, I don't see goals in this game. Under 2.5 is cashed in 5 of the last 6 Burnley games. Under 2.5 is cash in 4 of the last 5 Crystal Palace games. I know this reverse fixture had a 3-3 thriller and just an exciting game, but so much has changed since then. When these two teams met earlier on the season, Burnley is now fighting for its Premier League life. This one's going to be scrappy. This one's going to be cagey. It will go well up under 2.5 goals. In fact, there will be 0 goals. This one will finish 0-0, folks. Boring. A 0-0 game between Palace and Burnley. Let's go ahead and talk Everton versus Manchester City right now. And you got Everton coming off a loss to Southampton. Didn't even score. Disappointing performance. Look, you beat Leeds 3-0. You got to be able to carry that performance over. You're in 16th place now. You're staring at relegation. You got Newcastle and Burnley clipping on your heels, and you go to St. Mary's and put up that performance. Just bad. Just absolutely bad. Manchester City, they're obviously coming off the loss to Tottenham. Okay, that happens. For whatever reason, Tottenham seems to be having their number. They've now beat them twice on this season. I think Manchester City will obviously rebound. No shocker right there. They do got some midweek action. They got some FA Cup games going on midweek, but this is their focus, right? Liverpool has now closed the gap to 3 points. Liverpool beats Leeds yesterday. It is now a 3-point gap to the top. That is it. This Premier League is going to take all of Pep Guardiola's focus. They're going to want to rebound off that loss to City, and thankfully they get a team at Everton that they've really dominated. They've beat Everton with 3 straight clean sheets. I expect much of the same, even though this game's at Goodison Park. I love how City's coming off a loss. I love how Liverpool has done nothing but tighten that gap up to the top of the table. It's just going to make them really focus here. Again, they've got the FA Cup, they've got Champions League, but this is getting all their focus because Liverpool's now right behind them. I see City keeping the clean sheet. They're going to keep it going against Everton, a team that they've dominated, had no problems against in the past. Give me a Manchester's 3-0 win. I'll take City 3-0. Then the last game takes us to West Ham versus Wolves. West Ham will come in significantly more rested. They didn't play midweek at the time of doing this recording. Wolves does have a game later this afternoon on Thursday against Arsenal. So in terms of player rest, player fatigue, wow, West Ham will certainly have all the advantages right there. But we know Wolves, this one will probably be low scoring, right? We know West Ham has a really good defense. We talked about Wolves here on this show about how they're only averaging 1.7 goals per game. Yeah, they're not scoring. They don't get scored upon. We'll see what they do against a little bit later on this afternoon against Arsenal. But that's just been their story all season long. It's just been tough defense and struggling to find the back of the net. I think West Ham pulls out a win. This one will be cagey. It'll be, low scoring. That's just the nature of Wolves games. And again, I like West Ham's defense, led by Fabianski there in goal. This one's going to be low scoring, but West Ham will have enough to pull it out. I think they'll pull out a 1-0 win, a 1-0 win. They'll do just enough to get off the line. This one will be fun to watch just because how, Wolves is good. I really enjoy watching them. This one will be cagey too because both these teams going for top 4. All of a sudden, Wolves have now vaulted up the table. They're looking at Europa League. Champions League outside chance, but hey, there is still a chance. It's more likely it could be Europa League, but with West Ham battling for Champions League, Europa League, Wolves doing the same, this one will be good, but I do give the edge to West Ham. They'll have just enough to go ahead and pull it out in the end. So again, it'll be a 1-0 win for me, a West Ham 1-0 win over Wolves. All right, and that's how we'll do it this week here on the NBC Sports Predictor, where we can win $50,000. Go ahead and hit that like button on your way out. Good luck with your picks, and we'll see you back here next week. That was a lot of fun. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and good luck with your picks. If interested in placing real sports bets, then check out my latest daily free sports betting video in the bottom right corner. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next contest.